The FBI raided the New Orleans Sewerage and Water Board this morning.
They were looking for records in the plumbing department related to a David Hammer investigation that we just aired last night. David joins us now in the studio and talk about a fast response from the Bureau.
Yeah, Katie and Karen, you rarely see something like this. First of all, federal agents raided a state government agency, which is an extraordinary thing in and of itself. But secondly, they specifically raided the Sewerage and Water Board plumbing department just hours after we started airing my three-part investigation of that department. My story last night laid out a complex web of self-dealing where Sewerage and Water Board plumbing inspectors, city gas inspectors, and contractors use each other's licenses and inspect each other's jobs. We even had plumbing inspector Vernon Marcotte admitting that he used his license as a gas fitter to help plumbers. The same plumbers he regulates get potentially dangerous work on gas lines without the proper licenses.
I was just filing permits. You know, back then, I was filing a permit to have it done, and then a license plumber would put in.
Today, we saw at least 6 FBI agents go into the plumbing department and seize records. Records that are entirely on paper and index cards like this, something the Inspector General criticized in 2019. That department is where Marcotte works for Utility Services Administrator Jay Arnold, who we found also uses a gas fitter license to get hundreds of permits for contractors. Sewerage and Water Board Executive Director Ghassan Korban condemned any illegal or unethical activity by employees and said in a statement that his agency is, quote, in full cooperation. But this letter from January of this year makes it clear that investigative agencies did not find the Sewerage and Water Board plumbing department cooperative. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors, which has worked with the FBI on a sweeping permit fraud case for years, told the Sewerage and Water Board its plumbing department, quote, could be easily described as obstructionists to this agency, the state agency whose sole responsibility it is to regulate and protect the public in these matters. And that's why the FBI had to move quickly after our story last night named these Sewerage and Water Board plumbing department employees. And tonight at 10, we will have more on Jay Arnold, the Utility Services Administrator who runs that department.
So they basically had to kind of go in because these were paper records, right? It's not as though you could go back and look at a computer file and...
Right.
Exactly. The city has all of their permitting records online in a way that you can search. The plumbing department over at the Sewerage and Water Board does not, and that's specifically why the state agency said you're being obstructionist, you're not letting us get these records that we need to see to protect the public.
So archaic.
It really is. It really is. Great investigation. Much more to come. Can't wait to see what's coming up.
Yes.
Thank
absolutely.
you, David.
Thank you, David.